Alright, what's up guys? I know it's been a while, but here is my final video, tips and tricks on how to audition. But first off, I'm Grayson Alexander Miller, and welcome to my show. So, like I said earlier, this is all going to be about tips and tricks on how to audition properly. Submitting a self-video audition or actually going to see them in person. Now, for self-tape video auditions, and I do this quite often, I do it probably 3-4 times a month, and I only go see them or the casting directors in person probably once a month. So I'm in Pittsburgh here, and most of the time I get auditions for New York. So I don't want to drive out there unless I absolutely have to. That's why I prefer to do self-tape video auditions versus going in person, because I really don't want to have to drive out there. I want to get into character beforehand, okay? So make sure you read the script thoroughly throughout the whole thing. Get yourself ready for it. Doing a self-tape, and this is also another reason why I like doing it in my house rather than going in person, is because I can do about 1,000 takes before I have to submit it. So so I can get it down properly. I can get it down right. But again, that being said, you might work hours to 2 hours doing a self-tape audition, but sometimes your face is just not what they had in mind, so you cannot take that personally. Because I've worked several hours on a single audition, or for almost every audition, and I probably get called back for maybe 10% of them. So please do not take it personal. That is the name of the game. It will happen, and it will happen when you go in person too. Okay, so for self-tape auditions, you want a plain background. You want a plain background, all right? So like, put up a brown sheet. Don't make it too bright. Make it kind of neutral colored. Maybe like, I wouldn't even say like a light blue. Sometimes white can throw them off as well. Maybe like an off-white. I typically go with black in the background or brown. And that can help, contrast their eyes to just focus on your face rather than having to, look above you. And basically, having a white background or any kind of bright colored will take their attention away from you and look at whatever's behind you. Secondly, for self-tape auditions, whoever's going to read with you, make sure they stand away from the camera. Cause if you're doing it on your iPhone, because that's what I do. I don't have a camera. I use my iPhone most of the time, and I highly recommend to buy a iPhone tripod. Because when I first started and I didn't have a tripod, I was stacking boxes together and getting that phone in the right spot. But with a tripod, it makes it so much easier. So highly suggested, buy a iPhone tripod. When somebody is reading for you or helping you read, make sure they stand away from the camera. Because like I said, I'm using my iPhone all the time. That's what I use every single audition, and that's perfectly fine because the camera works. It works. But your iPhone does pick up all the sounds that are around you, so make sure you're in a quiet place and nobody else, your upstairs neighbors aren't, being loud or whatever have you, your roommates or your parents, whoever. But also, whoever's reading with you, make sure they stand away, because the iPhone will pick up their voice, and if they are much louder than you are, then that's very distracting, and most likely the casting director will throw your audition out. Okay, so this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna make sure you don't forget, and I'm telling you this, and they're probably gonna tell you too, but make sure it is here. This is where you want the camera. Okay, you want about right underneath your chest here, and then a little bit above your head. Okay, you don't want to get a full body shot. They want to get a good look at your face, and they want to get a good look of your motions and your hand gestures as well. That's why I recommend doing that. And they might tell you that, and they might not. They might just say audition for it. But make sure you get it to right here. Okay, boom, a little bit above your head and right below your chest, so they can see your hand gestures, they can see your movement, and they can still get a good look at your face. All right, so last tip, what to wear. I wear to my part. If it calls for like a raggedy, not well kept person, then I'll wear like a plain white t-shirt, not do my hair or anything like that, because I want to look as close to that part as what they are looking for to give me the best chance. If the part calls for some like a raggedy ass hood rat, gangster type, whatever, don't be going in freaking Aeropostale or Hollister or Abercrombie or any buttoned up, wear your worst thing, make your hair all dirty. I just actually did an audition like a few seconds ago, and that's kind of why I'm doing this, because it kind of reminded me of it. But it was a jock. I have to play a jock. So I'm wearing my hat, typical hat, baby Gap shoes to accentuate all my muscles, my shoulders, to look the part as best I can. And I'm actually going to show you guys that audition to kind of, show you the difference between a good one and a bad one. And I'm going to show you the auditions that I actually landed the role, and obviously, the two that are bad, I didn't. So, hold on for that for a second. Alright, so, just a recap. So, you want to have a neutral colored background, off-white, brown, light brown, black, maybe like a darker gray, definitely no bright colors, okay? Make sure you get into character well before you're shooting, you can even do it while you're shooting because you're not there in person. So, but take 1,000 takes, even if you think you were doing a good job, just redo it over and over again, and then compare which videos is the best, and that's when you want to, and that's, obviously what you want to choose. But you have time to change up, so watch yourself over and over and over and over again, to get to the right one, and you tweak each little thing. If you think you can do it better, then do it better. Don't be like, oh, okay, well, no, do it better. Do it better. Always do it better. You get really good at memorizing lines. And final tip, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, dress for success. Dress to your part. If it's a jock, dress like a jock, all right? But no bright colored stripes. The hate stripes. Don't do any stripes. But very neutral colored, and dress to your part. Whites, blacks, grays, browns. No writing on it whatsoever. Don't get any writing. Just plain gray, plain white, and so forth. All right, now, so tips for going in person. All right, so when you go to an audition in person, trust me, I get nervous sometimes too, and you will get nervous. Okay, it's not a big deal. They see a bunch of people come in, and they're always nervous. Everybody else auditioning is probably nervous. Okay, those nerves start to reside once you are doing it, back to back and over and over and over again. And I've done it, 10, 15 times already, and I still get a little nervous. To help combat those nerves, though, memorize your lines. Memorize it, memorize the part, memorize the character well before you go. Sometimes I get a call saying, oh, we want you to come in for an audition tomorrow. And I'm like, oh shit. So they give me the sides, and that's what the scripts, the part of the script they want you to read, those are called sides. So there you go, some vocabulary for you. So you're gonna get the sides beforehand, okay? So make sure you memorize those lines, because it's definitely gonna help you with your part, and it's gonna help you combat those nerves, because you know what you're supposed to be trained. Okay, so there's gonna be a maximum of, I'm going to say 3. On rare cases, there's more, and most of the time it's less. I've had plenty of them where they're just 2 and 3 people there. Casting director, somebody to read for you, and the guy holding the camera. When you go into it, make sure you're talking to everybody, the rest of the actors. Okay, that's good, because every time I go to audition, I'm getting numbers, I'm getting names, I'm making friends, I'm meeting people. Just so that I can keep in contact with for any reason. I go to New York City and I need, to crash somewhere, boom, I got a friend out in New York City now. If I need to go to Toronto, boom, I go to Toronto, I have a friend out there now. Tennessee, LA. So I got friends all over the United States now for any reason. So if I need, to crash, or if they take off in their career, then they can give me a boost. So make sure you're friendly to everybody. Don't be a stuck up little bitch, okay? Be friendly to everybody. So when you walk in there, you shake their hand, say how you doing. Make sure you build some kind of rapport with them, because that's also going to help to combat those nerves. In addition to also help combat those nerves, tell them that you're nervous. They're going to ask you, how are you? Tell them the truth. Be like, I'm a little nervous. And then it's also going to help reside those nerves too. Okay? So each audition, plan on being there for at least 30 seconds, because most of the time it's from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. It literally real quickly, because they have so many people coming in and out, and they want to get done. They just want, they don't want to sit there and try to work with you. So you're gonna get maximum of 2 takes, unless you ask for a third. Sometimes they'll give it to you, but maximum 2 takes, sometimes 1. So just be prepared when you go in there. And again, wear neutral colors. Do not wear anything bright or striped. Neutral colors. Okay? Neutral colors. Alright, well, that's all I can think of. If you have any questions seriously about self-taped, or any auditions, or how the whole movie thing works, like if you're first starting out, and you're watching this video rather than my first ones, because my first ones just explain how I am going through to become an actor. And I actually have a movie coming out. I'll be filming a movie, actually. I'll be filming a movie here in late June, so it'll be my first feature film. And I can't show you any of that. I can't bring a camera on there and start recording anything, because it's a union job, so they are very about cameras and letting anybody know anything about the movie until prior to its release. So I'll give you more information on that as much as I can later. But for now, I'm going to show you a couple failed auditions and my auditions that actually I got the part for. So enjoy those. I'm Grayson Alexander Miller. I'm 5'10", and I'm reading for the part of Shane. Look at these shitheads.
Hey, girls, at the weights anytime soon?
Look at this. I can feel my whole hand around this kid's bicep.
Go.
What'd you say? Hey, I'm asking you, kid, what'd you say?
Just leave him alone, man.
Did I ask you? Are you his mommy? I'm Grayson Miller. I'm 5'10", and I'm auditioning for the role of Jason. I'm so nervous right now. My stomach is killing me.
You can do this, Jason. It'll be fine. Unless you shit yourself, then it might not go so well. Don't crap your pants. There, that's my friendly advice.
What would I do without you?
Live happily, probably. You ready? You got this.
Do you believe that?
Not really.
Yeah, this model tends to wear down a bit after not being used through the winter.
Work a lot with air conditioners?
Yeah, AC repair is kind of a hobby.
Right.
So, did you and Curtis get back together?
No, that's over. We both agreed.
Really? Meant to do that. It makes the air conditioner colder without that part. Did that work? I mean, of course it did. No big deal.
Thanks, Jason. I really do appreciate it.
No need to thank me, Nat. I like to help out.
You're a good friend.
Yeah, friend. So, are you on the prowl?
I've been making some bad decisions lately. So, I'm thinking of being single for a while and finding myself and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's good to do that every now and then.
I'll find someone eventually, although at this rate, probably not. Why can't all guys be like you?
Because God loves them.
If we're both single when we're 40, we should get together.
Yeah, of course. Sooner. I'm Grayson Alexander, and I'm auditioning for the role of Brian. Baker. Right, yeah, I knew her. It's terrible what happened to her. Yeah, I heard about that. I know Erica. I'm happy to help however I can. We were hanging out on a Friday night. We were out together at a bar, and then we just went home and relaxed. It was a quiet evening. Nothing out of the ordinary. We were just watching a movie and she fell asleep. So I put a blanket over her and I left. No. I didn't touch her. She was perfectly fine when I left. No problem. I'll give you my DNA, whatever you want. I'm telling you. I had nothing to do with whatever happened to Erica. I'm Grayson Miller. I'm 5'10", and I'm reading for the role of Talon.
You actually like that shit.
Yeah, that one song, Let It Loose, is actually pretty catchy.
Yeah, and that Snowy Joe character is hilarious, dude.
Yeah, like that one scene where with his halo and he's like...
Everything in that movie is so played out and predictable. We could make something 10 times better than that by ourselves. No way, us making the movie, the three of us could bust out a script in our apartment that would take Hollywood by storm. We'll be the new Orson Welles, this is our Citizen Kane.
Yeah, you're right. Because if something like that could break records, then how hard could it be?
We're going to do it. We're making a movie. Okay, I'm in, but we have to start today. It can't be like all those other times we just talk about doing something. No problem. We'll write a script, sell it, and be Hollywood's darlings.
Anyone have an idea?
Fuck. Give me her.
She likes it here.
Come on, DJ. I told you the rules.
I just want to see her. I'm working now.
Good.
And I'm getting paid.
Great.
Today.
Even better.
They won't let me live here, and I don't qualify. But if I can live with you...
CJ. No.
I love you.
CJ.
I know. That's all I had for you. Seriously, if you have any questions, write a comment. I'll do my best. I think my YouTube is linked to my Yahoo, so I will get back to you as soon as I can on those questions. And answer them as much as I can. Thank you guys. Peace.